Welcome to this, this relatively gloomy, yet warm and rainy Friday afternoon. Weather that has been wildly conducive to me wasting my entire day on this intro. What can I say? A bunch of my favorite YouTubers all have intros. I am not creative enough to do things on my own, so I just copy as many people and things as I can and try and package it and pass it off as my own creativity. But behind me is the all-time greatest, the GOAT, the actual GOAT, not Russ's goat, the Rawstercross, the best Spindatt bike. How many times have I said the exact same thing about the Rockhopper? It's got the most lore, it's got the most things done to it, we've done the coolest stuff on it, it wins. And it was while editing that intro, whether I'll use it or not ever again, it remains to be seen, but plucking different clips from old videos of mine to create the whole thing, besides the Formula One part, that made me be like, I gotta pull the Rawstercross off the wall. Not that I'm gonna go ride it, but like when it's on the wall, on the highest part of the display wall, it gets ridden the least. So let's pull it down and get it to a point where like it's ready to go. So I put air in the tires and now it's ready to go. So I'll probably ride it tomorrow. Now, in saying that, anytime the Rawstercross tends to make an appearance, something people like to suggest or ask or inquire about within is the brakes. These are the brakes. These are what we call cantilever bicycle brakes. And the question, the recommendation generally falls in line of like, you should put on mini V-brakes, or why don't you put on mini V-brakes? And I would like to address that on this rainy Friday. First, foremost, and top importance, these Avid Shorty 4s set up with these SRAM 11-speed rival brake shifters. The braking power is absolutely phenomenal. They work so good. They work unsurprisingly much better than the mechanical disc brakes that are on the Windspace. They're significantly more reliable than the hydraulic disc brakes that are on the Crux right now. The rear brake on the Crux pulls to the bar now after we went for that really snowy ride. Everything got like frozen and I pressed on it too hard and probably broke something. They don't work better than the Dior hydraulics that are on the Schwinn. That's fair. But I would say they work about as good, maybe modulate a little better than the Tektro 2-piston brakes that are on the Redwood. Why am I standing here like this? The Avid Shorty 4s that I have set up right now actually do work better, in my opinion, than the mini V-brakes with proper, very adjustable Avid levers do. Lose train of thought so quick. These mini Vs with these levers on the Rawstercross Build do work good. Don't get me wrong, but the performance of these does not make me want to take those off in place of these. Which leads me to the second thing. To ditch the cantilever setup would be to ditch all of this tire clearance that there is. And we know from much experimentation and past experience that this bike will fit easily a 29er like 1.9 tire. A big, like it'll fit a big tire inside the frame. This is a 35 that's on here now. This area could easily become the problem area if you put a mini V-brake in. We're even almost running out of space here with this 38 slick on. If we put anything with any sort of tread, it does hit. We did run into that when we were putting Nick's dirt cheap gravel bike build together. All because I am negligent and have a much higher tolerance for things not working particularly great than maybe other people do. Hence why I don't like working on other people's bikes. So that should answer your question about the brakes on the Rawstercross. They are not going anywhere anytime fast. And if anything happens to them, like if I crash and, I don't know, break one, I would probably just buy the same brake again. Or if money was no option, money is no option. If money was no object, then I would probably, I'd go even higher end, like get some cool pulls. I'd love to, I never want to stop with this bike, just making it so unbelievably ridiculous all the time. So for any of you who are like really new here and maybe joined in the channel, subscribed to the channel due to Trasher Bash, like the Trasher Bash Motivator or everybody else's builds. And when I took all the paint off of this and put this fork in while it was black and we were just kind of like mocking things up, and you were all like, just leave it like that, like don't do anything else. And perhaps you didn't know about or know the history of the Rawnstercross. The reason that I went ahead and painted it and didn't just do a raw frame with a black fork is because of the Rawnstercross. Very much was like, okay, I can't do the drop bar, I can't leave it raw, and I just can't do a black fork on a raw frame with drop bars. I'm just literally repeating myself. They are both pretty cool machines because you can guarantee that no matter where you go with them, that there's not going to be another one. Okay, a lot of rambling there. I can understand why you wouldn't make it this far, but it's nice, like, it's nice to talk. I just love talking.